The Star Destroyer Jump Duel. This is 25 cars competing with a total of 3 jumps each. Here are the rules. Any car that lands in this zone gets 0 points. Any car that lands in this zone gets 1 point. Any car that lands in this zone gets 2 points. Any car that lands in this zone gets 3 points. If you make it to this zone, you get 5 points. There is a bonus zone, which is worth 10 points, and that is if your car gets stuck on any part of the ship in the green zone. Also, if your car is the first one to pop this off, you are added 1 point to your score. And here are the cars that are competing today. Bespin, BB9E, R2-D2, Luke Skywalker, and BB-8. Set of cars: C-3PO, Dirty R2-D2, Han Solo, Rey, and Mustafar. Third set of cars: Rey, Princess Leia, Yoda, Scarif Trooper, and Tatooine. The fourth set of cars is the Millennium Falcon car ship, Kamino, Endor, car ship, X-Wing fighter, and Wicket. And your final set of cars is Yoda, Poe Dameron, Empavado, car ship, X-Wing fighter, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Each race is random, as I just pick out 2 cars to race against each other. First set is Dirty R2-D2 against car ship, X-Wing fighter. That one resulted in R2-D2 getting a 5 and the car ship getting a 3. Next race is Kamino versus C-3PO. Kamino gets a 5. C-3PO gets a 0. Next race is a Scarif Trooper versus Yoda. Yoda gets a 4, and Scarif Trooper gets a 5 for knocking off the top of for destroying the Star Destroyer. The next race, Poe Dameron versus Tatooine. Poe Dameron gets a 4. And Tatooine gets a 4. Next race is the X-Wing fighter car ship versus Princess Leia. Princess Leia gets a 6 for blowing off the top, and the car ship X-Wing fighter gets a 5. The next race is Millennium Falcon car ship versus Rey. Millennium Falcon car ship gets a 6 and Rey gets a 4. Next race is Mustafar versus Bespin. Mustafar gets a 5 and Bespin gets a 4. The next race is Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Yoda. And both Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi get a 5. The next one is BB-9E versus Rey. Rey gets 6 points and BB-9E gets 3. The next race is Wicket versus Empivado. Wicket gets a 0 and Empivado gets a 5. The next race is Endor versus Han Solo. Han Solo gets a 6 and Endor gets a 5. Next race is BB-8 versus R2-D2. I believe R2-D2 gets a bonus point, so that makes him 6, and BB-8 gets 5. Since there are 25 cars, it's an odd number, so Luke Skywalker will go against a random person from the first round. And it is R2-D2. That round gave R2-D2 a 5 and Luke Skywalker a 6. And after one round of play, here are your leaders so far, all tied for first. Got the card ship Millennium Falcon, Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, Princess Leia, Rey, and Han Solo. Now off to round 2! This matchup, X-Wing car ship versus Wicket. X-Wing car ship gets 2 points. Wicket gets 0. Next match, Endor versus car ship Millennium Falcon. And both of them get 3 points. Next race, Han Solo versus X-Wing car ship. Car ship gets 2 points. Han Solo gets 5. Next race, Empivado versus BB-8. Empivado gets 5 points. BB-8 gets 2. Next match, Dirty R2-D2 versus Bespin. Bespin gets 2 points. Dirty R2-D2 gets 5. And the next match is Rey versus Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi gets 5 points. Rey gets 11, 10 points for going over the green part on the Destroyer, and 1 point for knocking off the top. The next match, Yoda versus Camino. Yoda gets 5 points plus 1 point for blowing off the top. Kamino only gets 2. The next match, Poe Dameron versus Yoda. Yoda gets 2 points. Poe Dameron gets 5. The next match is Tatooine versus BB-9E. Tatooine only gets 1 point. BB-9E gets 3. The next match, Mustafar versus Rey. Rey gets 6 points. Mustafar gets 3. Next match, C-3PO and Scarif Trooper. Scarif Trooper gets 6 points. C-3PO gets 0. Last match for this round, Luke Skywalker versus Princess Leia. That gives Princess Leia 5 points. Luke Skywalker 4 points for knocking off the top. That leaves Rey with the only one to get 15 so far. So Rey is our top leader after 2 rounds of play. Sorry for Rickett and C-3PO, but they must go since they have not scored any points yet. Rey gets 6 points. Han Solo gets 5. Next match, Yoda versus Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yoda gets 6 points. Obi-Wan Kenobi gets 5. Next match, Yoda versus Poe Dameron. They both get 5 points. The next match is the dirty R2-D2 versus Bespin. Bespin gets 6 points. Dirty R2-D2 gets 5. Next match, Princess Leia versus Tatooine. Tatooine gets 2. Princess Leia only gets 1. Next matchup is the Millennium Falcon Star Cars against Luke Skywalker. Millennium Falcon Carship gets 5 points. Luke Skywalker only gets 3. Next matchup is Kamino versus R2-D2. And they both get 5 points. Next matchup is Rey versus Impavado. And Pavado gets 5 points. Ray gets 3 points. Next match, Mustafar versus X-Wing Fighter Carship. X-Wing Fighter only gets 1 point. Mustafar gets 3 points. Next match, BB-8 versus the Scarif Trooper. BB-8 gets 5 points. Scarif Trooper gets 0. Next one is Endor versus X-Wing Fighter Carship. Endor gets 6 points. X-Wing Fighter Carship gets 1 point. And here's the last card, BB-9E. And BB-9E gets 5 points. And here is your winner, Ray, with 18 points for that 10-point bonus part on the Star Destroyer. Yay!